Welcome back to the Timeless Wisdom Path. It is wonderful to have you here with us today. We are standing at the end of 2025, and if you have opened a magazine or scrolled through your feed lately, you have likely felt it, the overwhelming wave of new beauty technology. It seems like every week there is a new mask that promises to turn back time, or a wand that claims to erase decades of life from our faces in a single morning. It can be exciting, but it can also feel incredibly loud. Data from this very month, December 2025, tells us that searches for red light masks have grown by over 500%. Even more staggering, interest in depuffing wands has exploded by over 8,000%. That is not just a trend, that is a movement. But as mature women, we know that popularity does not always equal performance. We have lived long enough to know that a flashy advertisement doesn't always translate to real life. Today, we are going to quiet the noise. We are going to look at these tools with a gentle, honest, and skeptical eye. We aren't just going to talk about the lights and the vibrations. We are going to talk about what they actually do for skin that has lived, laughed, and weathered storms. We will also explore how to frame your beautiful, refreshed face with the right hairstyle, creating a harmony between your skin and your silhouette. We are here to find what truly serves us and release what does not. The red light revolution. Real science versus the glow. Let's begin with the red light masks. You have seen them, those futuristic, glowing shields that look a bit like something from a science fiction movie. The numbers tell us everyone is buying them, but the question we must ask is, do they actually work for us? The promise of red light therapy is deeply appealing because it is non-invasive. It relies on specific wavelengths of light, usually red and near-infrared, penetrating the skin to wake up our cells. Imagine your skin cells are like tiny batteries that have grown a little tired over the years. This light is meant to recharge them, encouraging them to produce more collagen and reduce inflammation. For mature skin, inflammation is often the silent culprit behind dullness and that feeling of heaviness in the face. However, we need to manage our expectations with kindness and realism. If you put this mask on today expecting to wake up tomorrow with the skin you had in your 30s, you will be disappointed. The truth about red light therapy is that it is a practice of patience. It is not a sprint, it is a very slow, gentle walk. The studies, and the honest reviews from women in our community, suggest that you need to use these masks consistently, perhaps 4 or 5 times a week, for at least 2 to 3 months before you see a shift. When you do see that shift, it is often subtle. It isn't a facelift. It is a glow. It is a resilience. Many women report that their skin just feels calmer. The redness around the nose fades. The texture feels a bit more sturdy, a bit less fragile. It is a tool for health, rather than a magic eraser for wrinkles. There is also a beautiful ritual aspect to this. Taking 10 or 20 minutes to simply sit in the dark, with this warm light on your face, forcing you to do nothing else. No cleaning, no scrolling, no worrying, can be a profound act of self-care. If you can commit to the time, and if you can make peace with the slowness of the results, a red light mask can be a lovely companion. But if you are looking for instant gratification, this device might just end up gathering dust in your drawer. It requires a devotion to the long game, much like aging itself. The magic wands, heat, cold, and the 8,400% surge. Now let us turn our attention to the phenomenon of the year, the depuffing wand. It is quite remarkable to see an 8,000% increase in interest for any single item. Why is this happening? I believe it is because unlike the slow burn of red light therapy, these wands offer something we all crave, an immediate shift. As we age, our lymphatic system, the body's drainage system, slows down. We might wake up with more fluid retention around the eyes, or a softness along the jawline that wasn't there the night before. This isn't a flaw, it is just biology. These modern wands, particularly the ones trending now in late 2025, often combine thermal therapy, heat and cold, with gentle vibration. Think of the cold setting as your morning coffee for the face. When you glide a cold wand under your eyes or along your cheekbones, you are physically constricting the blood vessels and encouraging that excess fluid to move along. It is incredibly refreshing. It wakes up the face. The heat setting, conversely, helps to relax tense muscles and can encourage your skincare products to sink in deeper. The truth here is about duration. The effect of a depuffing wand is often temporary. It lasts for the day, or perhaps just the morning. It creates a sculpted, awake look for your event or your day out, but it doesn't permanently change your face shape. However, for many of us, that is enough. There is a joy in waking up feeling heavy and tired, spending 5 minutes with a cool tool, and seeing a brighter, more defined reflection staring back. But we must be careful not to drag or tug. Mature skin is delicate. The motion must always be gliding, always supported by a serum or an oil. If you are pulling at your skin to depuff it, you are doing more harm than good. These tools are wonderful for that morning pick-me-up, that feeling of getting ready to face the world. They are less about anti-aging science, and more about managing the daily fluctuations of our bodies with grace. They are a helping hand on those mornings when we feel a little slower to start. The heavy lifters, microcurrent and muscle tone. While the depuffing wands handle the fluid, there is another category of tools that aims deeper. The microcurrent devices. These are often confused with the depuffing wands, but they are fundamentally different. If the red light is for the skin cells, and the cold wand is for the fluid, the microcurrent is for the muscle. Think of this as a gym workout for your face. These devices send tiny, painless electrical currents into the facial muscles to stimulate them. The theory is that by toning the muscle, you lift the skin that sits on top of it. For mature women, where the loss of muscle tone contributes to sagging, this sounds like the perfect solution. Here is the honest assessment. These devices are high-maintenance relationships. They demand your time every single day, or at least 5 days a week forever. The moment you stop using them, the muscles relax and the results fade. It is exactly like going to the gym. You cannot go once a month and expect to see a change. However, for those who stick with it, the results can be genuinely impressive. We see lifting in the eyebrows, a sharper definition in the cheekbones, and a firmness along the jawline that skincare alone simply cannot achieve. It gives the face a held look, a sense of structure that we often miss as collagen declines. But is it worth it? That depends entirely on your lifestyle. If you are someone who struggles to wash your face at night because you are so tired, a microcurrent device will likely become a burden. It requires a conductive gel, a mirror, and 10 minutes of focused attention. It is not passive like the mask. You have to do the work. For many women, the sensation can also be a bit strange, a twitching, a metallic taste in the mouth. It isn't painful, but it is peculiar. I recommend trying a professional treatment once before investing in a home device, just to see if you can tolerate the sensation. If you can, and if you are disciplined, this tool is one of the few non-surgical options that can truly change the contour of the face. It is a powerful ally, but it is a demanding one. The frame. Hairstyling to match the glow. Now let us move away from the gadgets and talk about the frame. We have spent time depuffing, lifting, and glowing. Your face is radiant. But how do we showcase that? The way we style our hair can either hide our efforts or celebrate them. When you have used a depuffing wand or a microcurrent device, you have likely worked hard to define your jawline and open up your eyes. The worst thing we can do is hide that fresh openness behind a heavy, stagnant curtain of hair. If you have achieved that lovely lift, consider hairstyles that draw the eye upward. A pixie bob, or a bisha, is wonderful for this. It has the softness of a bob but the lift of a pixie, exposing the neck and jawline that you have been caring for. It says, "I am not hiding." It celebrates the structure of the face. If you prefer longer hair, think about volume at the crown. As gravity pulls things down, we want our hair to lift things up. A little height at the crown acts like an optical illusion, lifting the entire face with it. And let's talk about the fringe. Heavy, blunt bangs can sometimes close off the face, making it look smaller or boxier. Instead, try a wispy curtain bang that sweeps away from the eyes. This highlights that bright, depuffed under-eye area and those high cheekbones. There is also something to be said for tucking your hair behind your ears. It is such a simple gesture, but when your skin is glowing from your red light sessions, tucking one side back is a quiet act of confidence. It reveals the cheekbone. It reveals the neck. It shows the world that you are comfortable in your skin. Your hair and your skincare should work together. If your skin is looking fresh and dewy from your tools, keep your hair texture soft and airy. Avoid rigid, helmet-like sprays. Let the movement of your hair mirror the vitality of your skin. It creates a cohesive, youthful energy that isn't about looking 20, but about looking vibrant and cared for right now. The verdict: building a ritual, not a chore. So, where does this leave us? We have the red light for the long-term health of our skin, the wands for the morning emergencies, and the microcurrent for the dedicated muscle toning. Do you need all of them? Absolutely not. In fact, trying to use all of them might just drive you crazy. The goal of beauty in our maturity should be peace, not stress. If your beauty routine feels like a second job, it is time to edit. My honest verdict is this: choose the tool that fits your personality. If you are a meditator, someone who loves quiet moments, choose the red light mask. It requires the least effort and offers a soulful pause in your day. It nurtures the skin slowly and kindly. If you are a busy woman who wants to look fresh for a lunch date, but doesn't have time for a project, get the cooling, depuffing wand. It is affordable, quick, and gives you that instant, I look awake feeling. It is low risk and high reward for your mood. And if you are missing the firmness you once had and you are willing to put in the work, the microcurrent is your tool. But be honest with yourself about your discipline before you buy. Ultimately, these gadgets are just accessories. They are not the source of your beauty. Your beauty comes from your spirit, your wisdom, and the life you have lived. These tools can polish the exterior, they can make us feel a little more confident, but they do not define us. Use them if they bring you joy. Use them if they make you feel cared for. But never feel that you must have them to be beautiful. You are already there. Let these tools be a way to honor the face you have, not a desperate attempt to change it. Find your rhythm, find your favorite tool, and let the rest go. Thank you for walking this timeless wisdom path with me today. It is easy to get lost in the noise of new trends, but I hope this helps you find a little clarity on what might work for you. Remember, the best investment you can make is always in your own peace of mind. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path. We are here to navigate these changes together, with grace and honesty. Until next time, take gentle care of yourself.